Josh from Silverstein. Come on into our bandwagon on Warp Tour. So welcome to the 2015 Warp Tour. Silverstein's bandwagon here. We are most of the way through the tour at this point, so it's a little worse for wear. It's been lived in, if you can believe it. Up here, this is the front lounge area. It's very loungy. We have a couple of couches. Very, very nice. Sit on those all the time. I love to sit. This is maybe the main, let's say, centerpiece of the wagon, the entertainment center. We have a nice big screen TV. It's not on at the moment because we have not watched a lot of it. We're so busy running around outside. But if we wanted to watch, we got it right here. We're trying to be eco-conscious this year on the Warp Tour. So rather than creating a lot of waste with plastic disposable cups, we have some attractive mason jars here, and you drink out of them and you feel both like a hillbilly and a hipster at the same time. It's a beautiful thing. This is our fridge. I know this is something people like to see, what people eat. I don't actually know what's in here at the moment. It might be a bit of a mess, but we'll take a look. Oh yeah, I can tell you some tales about this stuff. So we're a bunch of vegans and vegetarians for the most part, so we like to stock a lot of that stuff just in case it's hard to get to catering because of our set time conflicting or whatever. We have a bunch of veggie dogs and veggie burgers and veggie meats, as well as obviously vegetables themselves, like carrots. Big fan of carrots. Carrots and hummus, wonderful snack. But maybe the most important thing in our fridge here is this unit right here. This is called a Filtron. It's used for making cold brew coffee. So every day we take an entire bag of beans, grind it up in our special little grinder here, and make a cold brew that takes pretty much 12 to 18 hours to brew. We brew it overnight, and then the next morning we're ready to go. We have a nice jug of cold brew that we made in that overnight last night, and we sip on it all day long. Keeps us peppy out there in the heat. Toaster oven. I mentioned we have veggie dogs, veggie burgers. Sometimes those will get made in here, in inclement weather especially, but we, being the veterans that we are, we know what we're getting into with the Warp Tour. We brought a full-size barbecue with us. That's back in the trailer. So we like to grill on that, but as I say, weather permitting, if we can't, we got the toaster oven here, ready to go. Plus it's nice for making toast in the morning. We also have a little coffee maker. Colder days, the cold brew, not as nice, not as appealing. You like the hot brew. So we got the hot brew ready to go. And as I mentioned earlier, little coffee grinder, because we are, I don't like to say it, but we are coffee snobs. We like the good stuff, so we buy bags of it and we grind it fresh so we can get the maximum benefits. So this is a big communal cabinet. Normally this is where we keep all our hamburger and hot dog buns, but I think we're bunless at the moment. But this is where we keep our coffee supplies. You can see we have quite the selection here. There's a couple bags of Intelligentsia, very, very fine roastery. Actually, a couple locations in Chicago. Check it out. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Also a Two Brothers. Sweet Home Chicago. Right? So yeah, lots of coffee beans. These giant coffee filters that we borrowed from catering. Don't tell them. That is how we make filter the coffee in the Filtron for the cold brew. Essential. Cups for coffee. We're coffee guys. I don't know if you can tell. A lot of coffee and hot sauce. That's pretty much all that's in here. Coffee and hot sauce. So this is like the command center of the bus. It's very high tech. Each day we print schedules so that we know when we have to be where doing what. Today Shane will be teaching a TEI, which is like a little seminar thing that people can sign up for. He'll be teaching that at 3 o'clock. So he knows 3 o'clock, boom, that's when I gotta go. For the rest of us, we don't have to worry about that, that's just Shane. The rest of us, signing at 2 o'clock, press at 3 on the bus. That's now, that's us, that's what we're doing right now. We were on stage at 11:15 this morning. Had a lot of coffee to make that happen. Bus call, 10:15 tonight. Pretty early one, but we have a bit of a long drive, but it's good to know. You have to know, because if you don't know, you might miss bus call, and then we're cruising without you. Can't have that. This is really the only place you can sit and use a table on the entire bus. The rest of it, if you're sitting and eating, you're kind of eating off your lap or whatever. This is the highly coveted table zone, which often has a laptop on it, our tour manager doing some work, maybe Paul, our drummer, doing some crazy design work or some heavy thinking, shooting some emails off, keeping us in touch with the outside world. This is what goes down here. We also have charging stations for our walkie-talkies. There's so many people at Warped Tour these days. The cell phone towers are overloaded. Everybody's trying to send data from their smartphones. You can't get a hold of anybody, so we have to use these walkie-talkies to stay in touch. Otherwise, we're kind of in a communication gray zone. Back to the bunks. Come on, follow me. It's nice. So this is where we live, and I think they often, when they are looking at the beds on cribs, say that this is where the magic tends to happen. In this case, most of that magic is sleep, but really not even a whole lot of that happens, because it's the Warped Tour. You're out there all day, you stay out late, hanging out, being social with your friends, and then you get up real early and do it all over again. So we get a good probably 5-6 hours a night bumping down the highway from venue to venue. And that's all we get. That's all we get. But yeah, as you can see, we're stacked 3 high here. It's not bad. It's a nice little Silverstein sandwich on either side. In this case, Paul's the meat and Bill's the meat, and Paul, Mark, and I are the buns. Our merch guy Dylan, our tour manager Denny, also the buns, the bread in this sandwich here. I don't know if you've ever slept in a single bed, like a real small little cot type of bed, but that's basically the size of this thing. But then you have obviously a roof over you, so you got to remember where you are, because otherwise you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and sit up and bonk your head. Not a pleasant way to wake. Perhaps my favorite part of the entire bandwagon is the toilet. It's looking a little worse for wear, but as I said, we've been out here for a while. Number 1 only. That's no solids, no number 2s. Number 1, no paper can go down there. So if we have some female guests, mostly our girlfriends and moms, let's be honest, we have to tell them to put the paper into this little wastebasket. That's too much information, isn't it? You just can't flush it, though. It'll ruin the plumbing in this crazy little bandwagon. Back here, we have a sink and mirror, so you can see how sweet you're looking that very day, you know? Oh yeah, I'm looking good today. All right, I can wash my hands, whatever. Nice. But then, whoa, you're gonna have to come around the corner here. Well, look at this, a shower. Can you believe it? Who knew? Yes, it is a glamorous life we live. In this shower, since there's so many of us living here, and the water tank is only so large, we have to do what we call a military style shower, where you turn the water on, get wet, and then turn it off to conserve water, and then you can grab your soap of choice. Maybe it's a liquid body wash, maybe it's a bar. Don't know. That's up to you. That's personal preference. But then you lather up with the water off, taking your time because you're not wasting water at that point. Once you're all soaped up, you can then put the water back on to rinse. So thanks for checking out our bandwagon on the 2015 Warped Tour. Check out our new record, I Am Alive in Everything I Touch, out on Rise Records now. And you can find all that info on our website, www.silversteinmusic.com. Thank you.